So we are back with more Ricky. Now this game is set about a year after the Star Wars game. In that time, I had started running a game for some friends, and it was going really well, until one of them asked if I was interested in joining his game of mostly new players as an experienced voice. I'm always up for a game, so I agreed and joined the group. About 6 months in, and we seem to have lost a number of players due to work and other commitments, and as such, the DM puts a call out for players. Enter Ricky with the DM's X. Our cast for today: me, a tiefling warlock; Ricky, a dwarf paladin; Seth, a dwarf fighter; Kate, a halfling druid, also the DM's X; and Jacob, a tabaxi rogue. A couple of things before we get into the horror. Ricky was trying to get with Kate in front of our DM by impressing her in D&D. Now, our DM was running his first game, so he was really lenient with certain things. Ricky was also trying to be a mentor in the game to Seth, but Seth wasn't really interested. Seth's backstory was that he was a dwarven prince seeking his crown. Ricky had somehow convinced the DM to give him an axe that's really overpowered for our level 3 party. It did normal damage of 1d8 plus 3d8 fire damage, as well as doing an extra 3d8 fire damage versus goblins. Most of what we were fighting were goblins due to an invading Goblin Kingdom storyline. His explanation, when we called him out on it, was that the weapon was actually meant to be for Seth and meant to be like a royal heirloom for the King of Dwarves. We all agreed that it is fine, but he can't use it as it is completely unfair. But it's a cool story item for a high level guy. We start playing, and the first few sessions are pretty good. But then we had a session where Ricky was in a really bad mood, and it led to a horrible atmosphere that never went away. The situation was this. We had split the party when I angered a noble in the town, when I accidentally walked into him. He immediately wanted to fight, and I tried walking away when he attacked me. He was easily beating me, and Seth, being worried, grabbed the nearby princess and threatened to harm her if the prince did not leave me alone. Jacob's character ran off to grab the other party members when the trouble started, so they arrived to the hostage situation. Kate tries to talk down the situation, but is shouted over by Ricky telling Seth that he's stupid for the way his character is acting. Not in character, out of character. Anytime Kate would try to talk, Ricky would talk over her, until eventually we were all angry and decided to end the session there. After the session, Seth comes and says goodbye, because he won't be returning. We are all unhappy with this, but don't say anything to Ricky, because the DM had immediately pulled him aside and was giving him a mouthful. I asked Kate if she knows what's going on with Ricky. She nods and says she had just turned him down. Ah, now it all makes sense. Come the next session, and Ricky is quiet and grumpy. Kate is mainly talking to Jacob, both in and out of character, and I am keeping the game on track and moving. Eventually, Ricky joins in, but is glaring at Jacob the entire time, and still keeps talking over Kate. We get into an encounter with goblins, and Ricky starts using the OP axe, and we get mad. But he says, "I'm just using it to save us." A bit more time goes by of us playing in a really tense atmosphere. During this time, 3 big things happen. Number 1, Ricky starts GMing another game, and Kate asks me to please join, as she kind of asked for this game and wants friends around. Stay tuned for that horror story. Number 2, Ricky brings another younger girl to the game to make Kate jealous and try to impress this younger girl at the same time. She left after like 1 session after Ricky told her what to do the entire time. Number 3, Jacob, Kate, and I agree that the next time he uses the OP axe, we will all abandon him because it's ridiculous. Our final session arrives with us wanting to infiltrate the goblin camp, and take out the leader, hoping it will dissolve the 2,000 goblin army. Jacob sneaks off to free some ogres to create a distraction. Ricky decides the best way to help is to throw a thunderstorm near where Jacob is and try to get him swarmed. This was all because Kate and Jacob were becoming close. This was Ricky's revenge plan. Jacob shrugs and leads the goblins directly to us, and now Ricky's angry about how this is going to TPK us, so he has to use the axe. He draws the axe, and we all abandon him. Kate wild shapes and runs away. I thunderstep away with Jacob drawing more goblins to him. Ricky is angry, so he storms off. We finish the session and take out the king, but Ricky's paladin is no more. The game ultimately ends due to our GM moving to a different country for work. This is a total mess. I really can't believe that there are some people out there that think that just being good at a game or something will make others instantly fall in love with you. Can you imagine that sort of fantasy? Oh, I love the way that you rolled that nat 20 and one-shotted the big bad evil guy. Please marry me. I'm surprised OP didn't abandon ship as soon as Ricky showed up. But again, giving people chances is a major downfall of the good alignment. What do you all think about this situation?